I do this, so I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's get it, dude.
Let's get it.
It's going?
Yep.
All right, hold on. Get the sound and the video lined up. All right. What's up, y'all? Steviedoeslife. I'm here with my guest today, Steven the Dream.
Yes, sir.
Out here. Man, Steven, dude, how you been, man?
I've been doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to be up here. Glad to finally connect with you on like a public vibe in terms of like on camera, on air.
Exactly. Getting some life talks going, man.
For sure.
I dig it. Yo, Steven, so I know you do this, that, and the third. You got your podcast. So what's the second one you do? I know there's another one.
We do Don't Overthink It.
Don't Overthink It.
The Clutch Radio Show.
Okay.
Name wise, that's it. Carolina Heat Up, something different, but show wise, those are the big four. The big four.
Okay, word. So like, so you got these big four interview like podcast. Are they all interviews? Are they like, how does it work?
So they're all different, man.
Mm-hmm.
This, that, and the third you mentioned is an interview series where essentially we interview artists, businesses, people that just I want to have a conversation with, essentially, or just want to put exposure to or put light to. So that's our interview series. The Clutch Radio Show is actually a radio show I started with my guy Reem Rose about 4 years ago, and it's evolved. It's a sports radio show, and that went from radio to a visual.
Okay.
This, that, and the third is a visual as well. Don't Overthink It, another visual show that we started in January where we just talk about topics that go on throughout the world, whatever's going on in the week. So those three, I said big four. I meant Carolina Heat Up is my other thing, which is not a show, but those are my big three, and none of them actually are podcast form. So
okay,
podcast is a word that everybody throws
Mm-hmm.
around because it's a open conversation, an open forum, really. But the audio of a podcast is what it is. I've tried to evolve and always be ahead of the game and do visuals, just like you're doing here. Make sure, because people want to see it. Even when I was doing radio, I was real early with going live and making sure people see it. That's another component.
Absolutely.
We do our interviews live. So those are the three shows that I produce, host, and be a part of.
That's awesome. Is your what's your main medium for everything? Because I know I see like the live Facebook. I know I see the live there. Is that kind of your main like go-to platform, or? So
with YouTube, this, that, and the third is what we usually utilize there the most. We try to use all three of, everything.
So all the Facebooks go to YouTube as well.
This, that, and the third is strictly YouTube.
Okay.
So we'll only put it up there and we'll go live on YouTube. Don't Overthink It was strictly Facebook live, and the Clutch Radio Show is strictly Facebook live. Some of those are strategically done. The things you're allowed to get away with and put up on YouTube versus Facebook is a little different. So the content that we're able to use on Facebook, I'll say not always original that we have to, because Facebook doesn't always catch your flags. YouTube is coming down soon.
So like music is kind of one of the big ones for them, sure?
Yeah. So we can play, this, that, and the third, all that original content because, we're getting permission, essentially. But if we go and play a clip that happened this week on Don't Overthink It, and it gets flagged, and our video's coming straight down on YouTube. So some of it's strategic, some of it is audience based, but we try to use both platforms the best we can.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's your like overall just like vision for Carolina Heat Up, for just like the future of just everything that you're pushing, promoting right now, doing? Like, what would you like to see happen out of those?
I'll say honestly, man, what I'm working towards is building like a media empire, honestly, in terms of being able to service artists, influencers, people that want to do production in terms of video, and in doing that, it's a lot involved in it, but I want to be able to put in the steps and put in the work. That's why I don't mind being behind the camera, being in front of a camera, going out, doing hand-in-hand stuff with artists. Like, I really ultimately, I'll tell you, Steve, like, I think I was put here to serve people, to help people, to bring people together.
That's awesome.
And, I think I'm able to do that in this entertainment lane, whether it be music, sports, movies, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Right on, man. That's awesome. How long have you kind of known that that's kind of like your passion? That's where you feel like you fit in, and that's like your lane that you kind of like operating within?
Probably early on, man. Like, especially with the radio thing. Like, I was 10 years old, the karaoke machine, dubbing over radio stuff, like
word?
playing music, then talking on the mic, then going back into the song off the tape cassette, like flipping the tapes, like me and my friend.
That sounds awesome,
dude. It was just like I realized early for some reason, like shout out to my mom, like she would put little things in front of me that I would turn into bigger and better. Like you remember Napster, like LimeWire. So
LimeWire was my shit, dude. That was my thing. Yeah,
my mom had a computer, and I she let me get on the internet, and I'm snooping around doing stuff. Most kids at that age were probably looking at other stuff. I'm downloading music, burning CDs, selling them at school, selling them at the barbershop.
Right on, dude.
This computer is to do work. What are you doing? And it's like, nah, man, I'm a creative. So I'll say just real early on, I just always had a knack for creating stuff, being in music. I got an opportunity to crazy story at like 11 years old. I won a contest because I used to call it to the radio all the time.
Okay, right on.
And
you were on Power 98?
Power 98, I used to call all the time and win the top 9 and 8. And like I'm a kid, so they would never let me win anything. So one time, I guess like they did a drawing and I won a chance to go up there. So I have pictures with like No Limit Larry as like a young kid, like he's a legend in the radio game. Ari the One Woman Party, Nate Quick, R.I.P. to him. But so I was entrenched in that early, so it probably just was a build up from just being
just
around.
Kept going. Yeah.
And it's ever since I pretty much knew I was gonna do something in entertainment.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Right on. Yeah, I'm a big. I love 97 too. 97.2. I hear the block. Yeah, they stay with just like these like awesome DJ mixes and all that.
92.7. 92.7 the block.
92.7. Did I say 97?
Yeah,
man. 92.7. That's it.
What's cool about them, I'll say, they played a lot of music that Power 98 couldn't play a lot early. Like, and they really birthed a lot of dope personalities that came out of there. Like, Colt the Ken Doll worked there for a little bit as a personality. A-Dub, who's in Indiana, now doing mornings radio there. They birthed a lot of like young talent in terms of like their radio. Like that's one thing I love to really give a shout outs to the personalities, influence people like yourself that of course you're an artist, but right now you're media, you're on the other side.
Man, I'm trying to just hit every angle that I can with it, man. Because like my thing is like I know that like same like you said that you like serving people, that you like going and like working with the people, helping them get like what they're trying to get, what they do out there. That's what I like too. I'm like on that same kind of like I like working with people who are creative, who have an idea, who have just something that they want to make happen. And it's like, okay, cool. So like I see like Steven, you're doing like all these interviews. You're doing you're working with different artists and trying to help get them out there, get exposure and all that stuff. And Dagan's trying to get shout out Dagan playing a jam out here. He's running the visuals back studios. Here. Hey, but just like he's trying to get like artists into the studio, get people recorded. He does all the different just work with artists like that, and like I just want to help people connect everything, connect those pieces, because it's like there's so much opportunity in like because like in like all these areas where it's like we're not necessarily like big name like that. We're not like making like thousands of dollars doing the stuff we do yet. We can that ability is there, but it's like, yo, like, let's look around the area that we're in and, like, how can we all come together and just work together and create something.
Talent, bro.
It really is.
In this area especially, like, I mean, I know you've only been here but so long, but...
well, I grew up out here, though.
You did grow up? So...
Not here in Mint Hill, but I'm like...
Do you remember how we met? Do you know the story of, like...
that was Atlanta. That was Atlanta,
Can we kind of... So...
Run it.
To go back, this was, I don't remember what weekend it was. I thought it was A3C, but it was
2018. It was 2018.
It was 2018. So I was living out in Atlanta for about 10 months.
I didn't know you lived out there. Okay, where?
Yeah. I was actually living out there for a while.
Right on.
Had a great opportunity to work with DJ Esud, who was 2 Chainz DJ.
I remember. Oh, that shit was awesome,
dude. Such a great guy. He has always just been helpful in what I was able to do. He's helped me a lot, just allowing me to see things and be around stuff in Atlanta and being able to bring it back to Charlotte this year. But I think we were at out at an event outside. It was outside
it was like at that like restaurant. It was like some like restaurant lounge type of vibe.
At a lounge event. I want to say it was one of Sud's events, but
I think so.
You were doing beats, if I'm not mistaken, right? Beats. Was it a beats?
It was battle? It was. I don't even think it was like a battle as much as it was just like a showcase or something like that. Yeah,
it was a beat showcase, and you played your beats. You was hard, and you had told me you were out there from Tennessee, staying in your car, like just came down there just to rock out, just to come to Atlanta. And I was like, ain't no way, bro. Like, really? I was like, he's like, yeah, man, I just got my guitar. I've been out here playing, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I was making money out there, dude. I was busking. I was busking on the street on fucking Peachtree. And people were like, fucking throwing in money, dude.
And you were just cool, sincere dude. Fast forward, 2019. I don't know.
What was that next? I don't even remember what that next thing was.
I can't tell you the next thing, but all of a sudden, Stevie's in Charlotte. And I'm like, what the hell?
That's hilarious.
And then we end up linking up at another Sud event.
Was it? Which I know there was the one that like the little
at Family Matters.
Family Matters, yep.
And then I'll let you tell the story, I guess, about I hit Stevie and was like, "Got opportunity for you."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then from there, it was. So I was doing the music bingo. I was doing those music bingo games, the trivia nights, and all that. Yep. Somehow we just like got up on Facebook at some point. I was trying to think back on that the other day too. I was like, how the hell did we even like go from like just meeting and shit to like just like
Charlotte
connecting and everything?
Never been in the picture. Like it was never. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
it's just so many moving pieces of everything. Yeah. Everything good, Dagan?
I'm gonna go and say that it just went from full battery to 1 bar and it's about to turn off. I hate to do this, you guys. So we put on the charger just for about 10 minutes.
I can just like go switch over to my phone. We can just run it like that.
Yeah, it was full battery.
That's fine. Hold up. Yeah, no worries.
You want our audio on my phone now?
We can do it like that. That's perfect.
I got you. Because I don't think I got it.
Well, actually, I can just, if I'm just filming off of the phone, then I think it's good. Right, you don't got like a spare battery or nothing? It's all good. Hold up. Yeah. So that's those two models. This one, like, I mean, it's still fucking beautiful, dude. I fucking, like, you heard him, he was like, yo, wait, what? And, like, it's just a fucking great camera, great quality, and...
That's the one thing our phone gonna always be right with, boy. The camera, that quality, that retina screen, you know?
And, man, it's... Honestly, like, I'm paying, like, I'm on, like, a contract thing with it where it's, like, $25 a month. Right. So it's like, yo, that's, like, I can keep up with that. It's 30 months, so, I mean, I'm in that shit. I'm committed into that shit, but...
You probably when the next one comes, you probably can trade that one and just... Well,
I think with the contract I have to finish paying off this one or something like it. Okay.
They probably have something by then because they want you. They always want you to upgrade.
They want you to stay in their little system.
Oh yeah, let's get you a new one.
Exactly. Is that was that a thumbs up? It was recording.
Yep. Let's start right here. Like that.
It's already going.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, anyways, before we cut off, we are. Yeah, so
music bingo. Hit him with the
music bingo. Yeah, so I was doing music bingo at the time, and I was in it was in fucking Blackfin Valentine. Yep. And so it was like the day of, and like something came up. I forget. I don't even remember what was going on that night, but like or it was like a show opportunity that came up. Yeah, it was some show opportunity that came up, and I was like, I got on Facebook. I was like desperate measure. I was like, yo, if anyone like is able to do this, like if anyone wants to fill in, I will cash up you tonight, like come out, like I just need someone to do this. And I didn't know what the fuck would happen, and then you reached out, you're like, yo, like what's up, I'll do it. And so
cool as hell, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I was just like, music bingo, that sounds like fun. I'm just
word
like, and paid, let's go, come on,
hell yeah. So I was like, and then you reached out, and I remember I was like, I'd known that you like did your interviews and hosting different events and different people interview sessions stuff, so like I was like, all right, cool, this guy's got like that host mentality. You can do the little like ham it up, play the game of like, hey, come on up to the stage, you won, congrats, all that stuff. So I was like, yo, let's run it. So we met up right by Carowinds and got everything together. Went out and did it, and I went out and did my little show thing. So it was a good little opportunity. It was a good
job off of that thing.
It was nice.
It didn't fall through for me. I had too much going on, but they were like, "Hey man, if you want to keep going, like let's go. Like what's up?"
That's
Got
awesome.
Too much going on, but then in return, like just when you say like I'm a person that really is big on never forget. You know, like people say like forgive and don't forget. Like I'm just never forget. And in terms of that opportunity there, like I don't ever feel indebted to a person, but I always remember like, yo, they didn't have to do that. You know, you could have been like, nah, bro, let me get somebody else. Let me do something else. And because of that, like I always try to keep people in mind that are doing good for others. So when I had an opportunity to, you know, put somebody in a position to do something as well, you know, you were one of the first person I reached out to.
Yeah, man.
For people that, you know, I guess we'll bring or get into it. I had the opportunity to be in the Suge video for DaBaby. So with doing that, with doing other things that I do, I kind of cultivated a relationship with people around in their circle. I won't say he's a great guy. Like every time he sees me, it's what's up, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, DaBaby, good to see you. But he's such a busy person. He's got so much going on. But I have cultivated a relationship with people like the Real Goats, Rico,
Spicy, all of them.
Spicy. Those guys were great, and that's actually, you know, I got the opportunity to be in the music video for Suge. With that, Steven's I'm partial to. My guy Big Steve, who does security. I called him. He came in the video. He's the big white guy in the video.
I remember him. Yeah,
that's doing his thing. I hit him up. He came down. Just because we work together. Another person I just, you know, want to give an opportunity to. Fast forward, the show happens in Charlotte for DaBaby. They're like, hey man, you know some people in Charlotte. We need some people to help us with some stage stuff. Do you have anybody? Hit my boy Stevie up, and
he made it happen.
He came through, made it happen same way, but I'm just really big on stuff like that, bro. Like it'll be 30, 40 years and we might have did something one time. I'm still like, yo, let me Stevie, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just that type of person. So, you know, because people have blessed me with opportunities. I've been called upon to do stuff that I would have never imagined to even be in situations to do. And it's, you know, I think people, you know, see good in people and want them to have good things as well. So
absolutely,
I like
man.
to pass the buck forward, man. That's what I'm about.
That's awesome. So how did you how did you first meet the Real Goats dudes? Like how did you get connected into that?
You know,
because they're awesome. I mean, they're just in terms of technical, everything that they do, man, the fact that they're just constantly pushing so much, that's the name of the game these days, dude. Just constant pushing, just being able to say, bro. Boom, here's this, boom, here's this, boom, here's this, right. Boom, here's another, boom, get ready for this one. And with the,
you would think there's 40, 50 people working for them. And, you know, not to give away the mojo, but it ain't. It's the Real Goats. You know, there's not a lot of goats out there. I'll tell you that for sure. You know, but in reality, it was you know, first out of admiration from just their work, and you know, with social media, you know, you're a DM away from, you know, talking to whoever you want to. In reality, it's just a matter if they speak back. So I want to say just from, you know, seeing how well they were doing with DaBaby's content, really producing well. And then All-Star Weekend, my boy Adrian Nice, who's a film director, ran across America. He's dope. He's in Cali right now doing his thing. Was shooting a documentary at Audio Box Studios, and they were all there. I happened to, you know, he told me to pull up, you know, come work on the documentary with them, and I saw the Real Ghosts working. DaBaby and his crew was over there. The Real Ghosts were in another area on the computer working. What's good, DaBaby? What's good? Yo, Real Ghosts, how y'all doing? Yo, I, you know, because I met DaBaby before, and it was, you know, no disrespect, but I had never got a chance to see those guys who had been putting in so much work and to realize what they done. So I have the back end guys. Yeah, I'm one of those people as well. Like I said, I come from production. I'm trying to figure out what's next. So met those guys, talked to them, had a good conversation. The next week, Rico hit me up. Hey, we're in Charlotte, we're shooting a video, and that's how that situation went down. Fast forward,
that was Suge instantly,
Suge,
that one right away.
The next week,
that's awesome.
Literally All-Star Weekend.
That's wild.
We shot Suge the next week. It dropped March 1st when the album dropped. So that all happened real quick, and ever since then, you know, like I said, I've cultivated a relationship with Rico, Spicy, and you know, those are just guys that I've like I said, admire a lot because they put in so much work. DaBaby puts in so much work, but he's pushed because his team is just working just as hard around him, and it's hard not to be as great or to want to continue to do great things when you see people doing it right there. You can't not be great. So they have a great relationship, and that's really how that situation went down. I hope to get a chance to work with the guys sometimes. I mean, they're dope.
Absolutely.
Sure.
That's wild. Yeah, and I just remember just going back to the Fillmore show too. It was just such a fun time. I just remember that opportunity was just an awesome experience. I just showed up. I was out there. I was Steven just hit me up and he was like, "Yo, are you available tonight to do this?" I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I am. Yo, let's go." I think that was I was off from work at night, so I was just like, "Yo, hell yeah, I'm fucking there."
I'm a big spur of the moment guy. People always are like, "Dude, you always hit me." I'm like, "Bro, I just stuff falling in my lap. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw it out
just
there.
Just running with it. Take it or not. Yeah.
Take it. Yeah. So, definitely dope. But there's this year has been huge in Charlotte and the Carolinas for music in general.
It's been crazy, dude.
And
yeah.
I've just been happy to just see it, be a part of pushing it, and helping to continue moving forward. I don't think I can name you the best song that's been going on this year if it hasn't come from North or South Carolina. I can give you every top 20, 50 songs in North South Carolina right now, in my opinion, but anything that's going on outside, I've kind of isolated myself to the Carolinas this year.
Now I know I've seen you creating your lists of different artists in the Carolinas, who should work with who, or different things like that. Who's just name a few people to keep a watch on, just someone that you could a few people you could see a good track for. I know there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, so I'll definitely name a few just from both states. I'll say Jay Hines, R&B artist from North Carolina.
I know I've heard that name. I've seen a lot of things you put out too. So I like going listen to stuff too because I do my DJ shit. So I'm always looking for people to put on. I know I've seen you push Sean Skrilla. He's got good shit. He's got real good shit. I was oh fuck,
South Carolina
let me listen
artist.
To this.
I'll say I'm gonna give you just 5 North and South Carolina because I just want and everybody else.
Not to make anyone coming at you.
No, I don't even care because you know what, we got end of the year list dropping soon, and I'm gonna lose a lot of friends, but you know what? It's the music.
Everyone's already all pissed off about 50 lists and shit like that. Not even just from you. I see everyone doing this. In Nashville, people are doing that same thing, and it's and you see on Facebook, what the fuck? And it's
the list thing has definitely been crazy. It's
hilarious, dude. That just that became a fucking meme almost. How it's just fucking popped up like that. And you always see there's I saw the top 50 worst or something, and then they put Ludacris in there because they know if you throw Ludacris in there, what the fuck, why is Luda on here? What shit?
So I'm gonna give you one. That list came from North Carolina.
Hilarious.
That came from a podcast called Two Guys House of Splash, and I forgot his co-host, but that's my guy. I actually know him directly, and when the list was going up, they created a brackets. They did the whole thing 3 days prior to it going viral, and we're just sitting there one night, just everybody's talking about it, and we're like, yo, that list came. We're trying to give him the credit. No one's crediting my guy, but I want to be the first to say House of Splash created the top 50 worst rappers list.
There you go.
And he sparked all the controversy in the world. I was tripping that he had Luda. You tripping, bro. You tripping if you're going to put my man Luda on there.
Now, does he actually believe that Luda is top 50 worst, or is that just...
So he was
or is that just some viral, let me put this on there and people will talk shit.
You know what? I think my guy House of Splash is a smart guy.
I think that might have been a strategic move.
Smart. He's a smart guy.
Would it have been viral without Ludacris on there?
No. I mean, I'll say
I don't know.
They put a lot of guys on there that was bro, how you do?
That's the only one I remember. I'll be real.
But I'll say they got number 1 right. Magoo is trash. Magoo is terrible. They got one right. The worst. Magoo.
I don't even know Magoo. Who's Magoo? Who's Magoo? I guess shout out Magoo.
Let me give 5 artists. Let me give 5 artists a quick shout out though, because I do want to do that. North Carolina, Jay Hines doing his thing. He's bubbling. My artist Kayla Tiffany, another R&B singer. She is amazingly.
She got a song up on Spotify. Yeah, she's got some good stuff.
Definitely talented.
Got some talent for real.
Definitely gonna be pushing her next year. I'll keep it in North Carolina. Joey Blaze is an artist that I recently started working with for promotion, and he's dope. We're gonna try to do something different with him coming up next year because I like him a lot, so I want to work with him a lot. And then I want to give it, man. Like I said, it's hard to not name a lot of guys, but Fetty P. Franklin, I love him. I love Fetty P. Franklin is dope. P. Frank, he's real dope. And then one more North Carolina artist I want to name. Dang, I'm gonna get in so much trouble, man. Shout out my guy, Young Sid. I like Young Sid too. Those are 5 artists that I hope to continue to work with, that I am working with now. But I want to give them a shout out. South Carolina though, South Carolina's crazy, man. You got Off Top Sav. He's probably he ended up being in a crazy situation early this year where he actually was shot 10 times. Survived. And, wow. But he was bubbling real heavy earlier this year. He'll be back. His whole camp though, the whole Off Top camp is crazy. Like we said, Sean Skrilla is a beast. Love him. A chick who I like a lot, who's really doing her thing out here. Her name's Lady Vuitton. She's dope, bro. She got like this whole alien vibe. Shout out to Jet Lag TV. They put me on her. And two more artists in South Carolina. Give me my guy, Bentley Gas. I like him a lot. He's a Rock Hill artist. He's gonna have a big year. And then one more. Oh man, I'm gonna get in so much trouble, but let's do it like this. Swade Dillinger. Check out Swade Dillinger.
All right, right on.
He's dope as well. So I gave you 5 in South Carolina, 5 in North Carolina. Y'all put that together and y'all go make a playlist or something.
Right on. That's what's up. Now, with so you stay in South Carolina, right? That's like your living area. Carolina. Okay.
But Fort Mill is right on the border of North Carolina, so we were always right there. So I jump in between, but I'm definitely South Carolina born, raised.
Right on.
For sure.
I wanted to I don't know, I just think it's so interesting about how South Carolina and North Carolina, it's such a crossover between everything right there. So it's I don't know, you don't it's like a little vibe with everything because they have the 2 states and they're both just together and they're both Carolina, so everyone's kind of together and it's just a little borderline just kind of dividing a couple things, but everyone still communicates and is connected into different areas of everything. And
you really don't go, especially in this area, go too far without somebody. We know each other from both sides because we service both sides. Some people come to South Carolina to get their gas because it's cheaper. So people go to North Carolina, they have to do some entertainment because it's a little more fun to do. When you live in this area that we're from, now it hasn't always been like that. I'll say I rep the Carolinas because I couldn't do what I do without North Carolina, and I damn sure couldn't do what I do without South Carolina. So absolutely. I really can't. That's the benefit of if you lived in what are 2 states that Nevada and
it's just not the same.
It's not the same. You can't be a California Nevadian or something. It's not the same. But you can be a Carolinian. You know what I'm saying? And people can feel you because I live on the border. I live in Carowinds, cuz in reality, that stuff it live on both sides. So at the end of the day, that's how I was raised. But it's definitely they both have their advantages.
Absolutely, and it's interesting. I was in Nashville for 7 years, from 2011 to 2018. I went to school out there, then stayed after graduating and everything. And Kentucky's right there on the border, but still, you don't have that little crossover. There's not really people going back and forth like that, and it's just so unique to North Carolina, South Carolina. It's just brother sister states. We're both just right there, and everyone's it's just that open availability for everyone to go do stuff in South Carolina, do stuff in North Carolina. When I was doing my music bingo, I was in Fort Mill. I think it was. I think it was Fort Mill. It was I think it was what was the? I don't remember the name of this bar that I was at.
Drunken Goat.
It wasn't the Drunken Goat. No, it wasn't that. It was some little random little rednecky bar and shit like that. But I did some shit out there in South Carolina. Yo, Dagan, real quick, is the camera still going too? Cool. But yeah, so it's literally just a drive on the interstate away. It's just right there. So
it's close. I love it.
Yeah. So it was cool. I just always thought that was unique to the Carolinas, how they have that kind of back and forth ability right
It's
there.
Camaraderie. You know, North Carolina come mess with our beaches. You know,
Word.
So we go up there and mess with they.
Myrtle Beach is a little interesting, man. I mean, like I've been out there.
Dirty Myrtle.
Dirty Myrtle.
Oh God, I put a post though yesterday though, dude. Like being from South Carolina, like every day I wake up and say, hit $1 billion lick, move my family to Cali.
I was gonna get into that too next. Yeah.
So before we get into it, you know, people are always like, dude, why you always say Cali? Like you can move to Cali today. Like Cali's nothing. And I'm like, dude, I'm from South Carolina where Myrtle Beach was our beach. We don't have a Venice Beach. We didn't have a Malibu. USC meant University of South Carolina, not Southern Cal. Like, you know, we didn't. Those weren't divisions I had. Like, you know, so the 5,000 miles away to me is, you know, being able to do that with my family. You know, is obtainable, yes, in this world, but to be able to move my family anywhere is what I want. It's just the thought of being able to get out of South Carolina. You know, I don't have to. My family doesn't have to be in South Carolina if I don't want to. You can move here, you can move there, whatever you want to. But I'm gonna provide that opportunity and hit that lick. So you know, to get
daily motivation,
dude. Daily motivation, man.
So show people what you got right here.
Yeah.
Show them.
Oh yeah, man. So I wake up every day. I started this about a year and a half ago at this point. You know, people do their daily affirmations, and you know, people motivate themselves. But I woke up and decided, like, yo, I'm broke. I need to hit a lick, but I ain't no gangster. Like, I'm not about to really be out here hitting no licks. Like, but in reality, like, everybody's trying to find their come up, trying to, you know, a lick in, you know, in hip hop or our terms is like going to robbing somebody. People don't know. A lick in people is like robbing somebody, going and taking something and coming up on something, or finding something that's not yours, or not even in that terms, but changing the meaning of that is like coming up, hitting a lick, you know. So my lick is hosting, you know, promoting, making shows, creating, like that. Those are my licks. Like that's what I do in terms of I'm great at, and I'm gonna be the best at it, and come up off of those things because I work at them, and I wake up every day and hit it. And I want to hit $1 billion lick, you know, whatever the amount is. It doesn't have to be $1 billion, and be able to move my family wherever. It's like, And as I've said that every day, you know, I don't post anything anywhere without saying that. I wake up and it's the first thought I have in my mind. Literally, my house could be on fire. Everybody, look, move family. All right, let's put the fire out.
So that's even more motivation right there, yeah.
Dude, but it's, you know, how can I go about, you know, talking about this and that? Like, you know, the internet is crazy, bro. We post a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of it can be, you know, motivational. It can be positive. It can be for business, but a lot of it can be to the left. So before I can say anything, then I need to state what my day is about, and that is hitting this $1 billion lick, move my family to Cali, no matter what I do. So I won't share anything, I won't post anything until I say that. It could be, I could wake up at 1 o'clock in the day. All right, bro, let's get this post in. Now we can do what we got to do. But it's really to also motivate others. Now I see every day it doesn't go without 2 or 3 shares. It doesn't go without, you know, people looking for, like, I somebody texted me one day and was like, "You okay, bro? I didn't see you post your thing
That's
today."
Hilarious.
You know, I was like, "Nah, bro, my like I was out of commission. Like I wasn't even, you know, on it." But it's literally a something that I've seen come to fruition if your thoughts become reality.
Absolutely.
And, my mindset, I may not have $1 billion, but my mindset is so keen to where I know it could happen just like that. You know, it's just a matter of being prepared. So.
Absolutely. You know, it's all about just like, people say it's about getting lucky or something like that you have to get lucky to make it big or something like that. It's sure there is like that little bit of like, you have to be in the right time, the right place, but you have to be prepared when you're at that right time and right spot. Because like, if you're not prepared, like let's say like when the camera dropped down and all that today, like if I didn't have a phone ready to go, like if I didn't bring my charger, I knew like, I got my phone's a little low on battery. I know I'm gonna be doing this. I got to bring my charger. You got to be prepared because like preparation, just a little something, just like knowing like, just always taking care of your back end of everything that you need to have ready to go. So when that moment comes, everything's ready to go. Your car's running, your business is ready, everything's lined up. going into, I know you're talking about like trademarks recently, like
Yeah.
trademarking names, like owning your name, owning all that. I think that's huge because I mean, I don't own my names and stuff like that. That's something I
A lot
want
of us
to.
don't, bro. A lot of us don't, and you know, I was fortunate enough to take a dope business class. If you guys know DJ Chuck T, it's a pioneer in like Carolina music. You know, he's been doing this for years, but he provides a music class, and within that class, like he just exposed so many ways that we as a culture get exposed in terms of hip hop, in terms of not being on our business, in terms of other people coming in and extorting us for things that we're not even thinking about. But if we just took the time, instead of spending money at the club, spending money on an outfit, wasting time being over here doing this, and said, okay, let me get my trademark, let me get my copyright together. Let me make sure my producers are in line. Let me go get a video man on my team that know he's gonna get paid. Like there are steps that need to be taken care of before we can say I'm a star, or before we can command a feature price. Like a lot of times I'll see artists and they're like, yo, shoot me $500 for the feature today, and I'm like, I'll shoot you $500, but you won't go spend that $500 to trademark your name. So I'm instead of doing that, I'm gonna go spend $500 on trademarking your name, and then when you blow up, I'm just gonna sit back and say, hey, bro, I want that feature. Can I get that feature? No? All right, no problem. I'll just wait, and then I'll cash in one day. Kevin Gates, that's what happened to him.
Yeah, I was hearing that story. Yeah,
Kevin Gates.
I know you're sharing that, talking about that.
Dude, somebody. You know, his government name is Kevin Gates. He showed it on his ID. There's an interview with Sway, and he had to pay somebody $1 million to buy back his name because someone trademarked it, had the rights to it, and if he wanted to do anything with it, that's who they had to go to see, or he was going to sue. And essentially, he had to pay $1 million. So instead of, you know, we have this image, like I was talking about reality versus perception. The perception is the reality has to be on point if we want to put the perception on Front Street like that. So if you have your business together and everything is behind you and you are on point, then you can throw money, look crazy, spend your money on everything because you know your business is in order. So nothing can break you. It doesn't matter. You're able to do that. But if we do these things first, that's why I say moving forward, I want to be able to help and service artists, but I can't help you until you help yourself. So I'm looking for artists where I'll say, show me your trademark. Show me the copyright on the song that you have before we push it. Show me the split sheet that you did so I know that you're getting paid correct. Show me these things so that way I know if I'm going to invest time, we are going to eventually make a profit in terms of relationship. It doesn't have to be money, but in terms of moving forward. We're not just going to be stuck wondering, dang, why is this not working for us?
Got the right business mindset. Yeah.
And it wasn't until, you know, I've always tried to be business minded in terms of looking out for people, and even with myself, there are things I need to get in order. But at the end of the day, that class really opened up my eyes to where if I'm gonna be in this entertainment game, then we gotta surround ourselves with the protection we need so we can go up and not fall. We got the support going this way versus just, all right, bro, shoot up to the top, and whatever's at the bottom, you just gonna topple over, and there ain't nothing gonna be there for you. So
you might have that hot little minute, and then fall right back.
Then what, bro? I see it. People are struggling right now that we thought were hot. That it didn't last, bro, and it was because they didn't put themselves in position to win. So that's what I encourage all artists, business owners, producers. Especially if you're in this industry, any business, but you're in this industry, make sure that stuff is taken care of first, because it's important, very important. Yeah, right on, man.
There was one last thing I wanted to talk to you too. If there's anything else you want to go into, but there was I know, like, this is only like a little off, like the Stephen Smith episode on ESPN, man.
Okay,
talk about that. How'd that like come together?
No, that was awesome, dude.
And what was that? Because like I know I've seen like the picture of like you sitting at the table with everyone. Like what was that?
So to give some story, like my government is Stephen Smith. Like that's who I am. I'm Stephen D. Smith, and my whole life since I was about like 12 years old, people have been calling me Stephen A. because of Stephen A. Smith, who was a broadcaster on ESPN. I guess we maybe look similar. I've always been interested in sports. The names match, so that's who I've been forever. Fast forward 15 years to, again, in Atlanta, Super Bowl. This is earlier this year, Super Bowl's in Atlanta. And ESPN comes to Atlanta. I get an opportunity to go. It was a you could come if first come first serve. So I got there, and I ended up talking to a producer. A producer was there. I said, "What's up?" Told him my name. Hi, I'm Steven Smith. Really? That's your name? Yeah. No lie. Look, here's my ID. Steven Smith. He's like, wow. And then he looked at my shirt. I guess I had my radio shirt on, the Clutch radio shirt. He said, "You do radio too?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "We got to use you tomorrow." And I'm like, all right. He said, "Are you going to be here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come back tomorrow." So long story short, I was there for the show. I watched the show. The next day I come back and they're like, "Is Steven Smith here?" And then I'm like, "It's me, I guess." I guess they're talking about me. And he's like, "Come on." Took me to the back. I ended up meeting Stephen A. and Max and Molly in the back. All said hi. They didn't say my name, though. They just said, "Hey, this is the guy. He just wants to meet you real quick." Because they didn't want to ruin the surprise, I guess, for Stephen A. So,
okay, right on.
Fast forward to the show. They basically say, "Hey, we're gonna have you come up, tell Stephen A. who you are, and say what you want to say." And I'm like, all right, cool. So the moment's there. That's like a big moment. Like you in reality, millions of people. I'm not thinking about it. Millions of people are about to watch this moment. You're on live TV. But it goes back to that preparation thing. I had always been prepared to meet Stephen A. one day in terms of just I want to face him in debate. So I had been ready for that moment in my head. I was like, people were like, "Were you nervous? Were you scared?" I'm like, no, I was ready to get up there and let him know, yo. Molly said, "Hey, we all know Stephen A, but we really love Stephen D." And then I came up, walked up to the set. It was crazy because I didn't think I was going to be able to come up to the set. And I said, Max, Molly, hello, how are y'all? Stephen A, I just want to let you know, I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
You said that on live
I said that
ESPN?
on live TV. I'm coming for you.
That's what's up, dude.
And he looked at me respectfully and said, I'll say, I'm rooting for you. I hope anybody, who puts in the time that I put in first will get the opportunity, and I look forward to seeing you one day. So in reality, it was, just a big moment to be up there, but to be able to have the confidence, to really just, I want you to know, I admire you, I respect you, but at the end of the day, I don't want your spot, but I would love to do what you do, and even then, later on, I went on his show. They were recording his Stephen A. Smith show after, and I even got called out by Shaq. Shaq was like, he basically told me I looked like one of his former teammates, and they put the camera on me again. So I was on ESPN twice in one day.
Word.
Which is crazy, like to know that happened. But again, preparation, opportunity. My whole life, people have been telling me, "Dude, you're gonna be on ESPN." It goes back to when you were doing your sports show and putting in that time, and people were saying, "Dude, you'll be there one day." It wasn't the same, but I got a glimpse of it. I was literally everywhere everywhere I had dreamed to be. I was right there in that moment.
Stepped into that world for a minute,
and I felt like I owned it, man. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it sounds like you stepped in and owned it. Yeah, you stepped in.
That's what it was about.
Grabbed that opportunity. Yeah,
it was about literally realizing, like, bro, people have been telling you you're gonna be here, and then you got here. Albeit by circumstance. But being in the right place, being at the right time, being prepared. When they told me to come back the next day, I was there. When the opportunity arrived, I took advantage of it. But I want more people to realize that is so important. Opportunity is so important because it doesn't always come back. I may never get that same opportunity again to have been in front of them like that. But I know for sure Stephen A is gonna remember me for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he sees me again, he's gonna remember. And that's just more people taking advantage of opportunities and realizing that this world spins and it'll keep spinning, and it doesn't care, whether you're involved or not. But when it does stop for you, be ready for it and embrace it, bro. Like, Stevie, like I'll say this before if we're closing up, bro. The fact that I know you said you lived here, but I've seen you go through like a huge transformation, even in from the time I met you in Atlanta to seeing the things you do to seeing the things it seems like you want to go to. But I know all of that came in trial and error or being prepared or stepping into situations that, may have arose that you didn't know. Like the music bingo thing, bro. You had to make something happen. You had an obligation, but guess what? Let me make something happen so I can go make this happen too. So I admire like-minded people like yourself. That's why, this is the first public appearance I've done not on my own show. So
word, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, dude.
Absolutely. Real quick, who was the producer that you said you met that was like, and not like name or anything, but like what was that like situation that you just like ran into some producer that's like all that?
So
and then next day you're on ESPN.
Yeah, so he was the stage producer. His name's Tone. I'll say who he is, but I'm a person, bro, that's why I think I would work well in this music industry. I don't care about the light, but I'm a person when I walk into a room, I'm really not I know who the stars are. I know how those people are going to move. I'm looking for the people that are making things happen, that are, really in charge. And if by chance, those people are, have a moment or have a chance to talk, then I'm gonna go find them. So he had a free moment. He was sitting around on his phone, or I assumed he had a free moment, and I asked him a question about the show. Now, me being intuitive, I'm like, that I really needed to ask that question. But also, if I can get into a conversation with this guy, there's no telling. I want a job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But when I told him my name, I didn't even get to hey, how you doing, man? I'm Steven Smith. What's your name? Steven Smith. No, it's not. Dude, yes I am. I didn't even get to ask I don't even remember what my question was going to be now at this point, but it was just one of those situations to where I'm always going to try to, figure out who's in, I feel like I'm a boss, bro, and bosses talk to bosses, the star can be a boss, but at the end of the day, there's somebody else that's doing the work for him that's really making stuff happen. So I'm going to find that person, and that's where a lot of people get it twisted. Star celebrities all day. Treat them like normal people, man. Find the people that are actually making moves that are going to put you in positions to win or put you in position that you want to be, and everything else is going to fall in line. Any interview I've wanted to do, really, I've talked to the right person to get to that person. It wasn't, I could reach out to them, but at the end of the day, that's what business is for. That's what those people are in places for. So shout out to Tone, man. He was dope. I don't know if I'll ever meet or see him again, but that day he looked at me and said, "Content." He saw something too. He was like,
"That's awesome,
Steven's content. Let's go. Come on, let's do it." So yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was dope.
On like a closing note, anything you want to just let the people know? Any message you got for anyone listening or watching, or anything you want them to know from you, from your experiences that they can take and put into their own personal life?
Yeah, man. I'll say this. Speak what you want into existence, but also put the action behind it as well. You can talk about it all day, but if you don't do anything to make those things happen, then all you're doing is talking. But reaffirm yourself every day. Wake up like I do. Hit $1 billion. It doesn't have to be hit $1 billion looking movie family, Cali. It can be win. I seen somebody recently doing it now. They say be dope daily. Shout out to my guy Reasons Brown. Be dope daily. That's his thing every day now.
I like that.
And that's what he's working towards doing. Figure out what that is, bro, and I promise you things will fall into your lap that need to, but be prepared for the opportunity when it does fall into your lap. Coming up, Carolina Heat Up, I'll be doing a lot of like real deep artist development under that title. Artist development, so for businesses, promotion and marketing as well. And I'm thinking about jumping into a little distribution. I ended up meeting some people from DistroKid, so I want to maybe
DistroKid's the shit.
DistroKid is
I
dope.
love, that's what I use for everything. Yeah,
right.
They are the shit.
So I want to try to jump into doing some maybe distribution for artists through them and doing the promotion with it. So that's something to be looking out for. I do something called the Skip Line with I Got 20 on my beat, where we basically listen to producers' beats and try to get them placement. So be looking out for more of that at the end of the year. And then I'll be doing some wrap up stuff at the end of the year as well with a lot of the content that we haven't put out. Major shout out to my guy, Creative Eye Visuals, TZ Alexander, my brother. that man has worked just as hard as I have this year. And
Jesus the man, yeah.
Before I leave, please vote for us for Queen City Awards. This, that, and the third podcast of the year. All you got to do is go to Queen City Awards /voting and click on podcast of the years. Voting's open till November 7th, so this comes out before then. I'm sure you got a couple more days. You can vote once a day, every day, however many emails you got. Vote, my brother, please. We want to win that award. We worked hard this year. We did over 65 interviews in 4 months.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild. I remember seeing
33 and 31 days in the month of March. So, yeah.
30. Wait, what was it?
33 live interviews in 31 days in the month of March.
Word. I'm just like, I know, like, since we've been friends on Facebook, I just see like that nonstop, just like, boom, here's this person, boom, here's this person, boom, here's this person, and like, for what I want to do with Life Talks, it like I get a little inspiration from seeing that, dude. So like, your work is inspiring. Just the next wave of everything, dude.
That's dope, bro.
That's awesome. And that's what, like, I've learned that, like, a lot of what we do within the entertainment world and within the influencer world and all that stuff, that's kind of what it does. It's, like, it's about just, like, showing people what's possible, what you can do, what you can create and put into the world, and how your actions and your dreams can inspire other people's and can help someone else's move forward into theirs. And that's what it's all about, man. One last question, too. So, how did you get up with, like, 20? Like, I got 20 on my beat. Like, how did y'all, like, get to build such a relationship where y'all are, like, doing things together and building like that?
So, I got 20 on my beat. Dope producer. He's produced a lot of stuff for DaBaby. He's done it for Vegas, Rico Barrino, a lot of dope people. And he is one of those people that is trying to really help build the city up and give opportunities as well, and I think he recognized a lot of that in myself, and he realized, yes, he's a dope producer, but he wants to give out opportunities for other producers, other visual creators, because he's actually a videographer. 20 Vision is something that he did a lot, so he shot music videos.
I found like an old Facebook page, like some like random
20
Facebook
Vision.
20 Vision Facebook page or something.
Still active, but
that's awesome.
But he when he was 20 Vision, working with a bunch of artists, hearing his name over time, you just start to mingle and mix with some of those same people. He still calls me, he never gets my name right, calls me Stephen the Dream. Mm-hmm. Which is, I guess, a running joke at this point, because I guess he really didn't know my name was Steven until we kind of like, I'm like, yo, bro, you know my name not Stephen, right? Bro,
my name's spelled Steve, like with the PH too. So like it's the same. I still get that all the time. Yep.
But it was only until like Steph Curry came out that I was getting that, bro. I was Steven my whole life.
No, for real. No, like that. Like I
Steph
very
Curry.
much remember that too, dude. Absolutely.
So to tie it back in, like
that's funny.
We kind of just realized that we're like-minded people that came from situations to where we were given opportunities and took advantage of them. And he's a humble guy at the end of the day. That wants to help just like me. So y'all definitely rock what I got 20 on my beat. Go buy some of his beats if you can afford them at this point. But if you can't, then when we do the skip line, that's really our opportunity where we'll listen. He literally sits there, listen to the producer, and I've seen him go, and if he likes something, he'll go and do the collab right then and there, work on it, and then he'll send that off to a Stunning for Vegas DaBaby. And that way you will get your credit for working on one of those songs and working on those beats. But there aren't any producers that are doing that and giving that opportunity,
especially on that level.
Dude, come on, dude, and we're doing it on Instagram Live, to where people are getting that organic feel right then and there, that they can literally be on like that. But it's them really putting in work. I mean, there's definitely ways to win in this game that where you can get on and display that you're talented, because a lot of people are talented but aren't on display. I mean, I see talented people all the time and they're like 300 followers on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm like, what's going on? Like, people should know about this. But that's where I like to come in, bro. Like, I'm here to expose the great and hope to excel them into a new level. So
absolutely,
yeah, man. Follow Carolina Heat Up. Follow this that and the third interview series on YouTube, and Stephen the Dream. We are the PH versions of Stephen, so spell that right. THA. I'm a little ebonic with my the. I wanted to be the. So Steven the Dream on pretty much all social platforms, man. So,
How did the dream come about?
The Dream, it's my God-given name. My middle name is Driam. Shout out to my mother.
Right on.
For giving me such a basic first and last name and stuffing whatever Driam is supposed to be. So I was like, as a kid, I was like DJ Dream. So,
all right, word.
That kind of evolved into, people say like I'm the dream, bro. Like, I am a dreamer, a creator, and somebody that produces those dreams and have said it and people have seen them. And I dream about the things that I do, bro. So I think it's just how life works, bro. I'm the dream. So that's me.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot of stuff there today, man. Steven, I appreciate you coming out, man.
Yes, sir.
All the way from South Carolina to Mid-Hill out here.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, congrats and good luck to you, my brother.
I appreciate it.
I know the next time we have one of these life talks, this is one of the real quick before I get out of here.
Hit me.
Because I always ask this question on my platform. If we can have the same talk in 1 year from now, what will we be talking about? What can you expect? I've had people tell me,
I like that.
They'll have Grammys in front of me next time. We'll be on a private jet next time we talk. So don't limit it. Like,
put it out there.
Next time me and you are sitting down having this conversation in 1 year, what is going to be the situation?
All my trademarks are down for sure.
There we go.
I definitely have my name trademarked to any Steviedoeslife, Lifehouse Productions, Life Talks. If Life Talks isn't already like trademarked somewhere, I might take like the Life Talks and make it a Z, because Lifehouse Productions is a Z at the end. That's my brand. So like, I might make like a Life Talk Z, because I know, like, I was looking on Spotify. One of my things I want to do is I want to put these onto Spotify.
Smart.
Because like Spotify, Apple Music, all those, because that's where I listen to all my podcasts and stuff. I wanted to like, you should look into like DistroKid too, because that's where I know, because like,
go through DistroKid?
Oh yeah, podcasts, anything like that, $20 a month or $20 a year, and unlimited uploads, and you can put all these episodes that you put onto YouTube onto Spotify as well, because I know, like, I like listening, like, sometimes you were saying, like, you like the visuals. I like the visuals as well, but sometimes I just want Spotify at work, And YouTube, that runs a lot more battery. That runs a lot more, like, the data and all that stuff. So, like, all you got to do is just rip the audio off, upload on through DistroKid, boom, it's right there. So
their playlist.
Yeah, and absolutely. And then look at that. You got the playlist. You get the podcast connected all together. Have it all in the same little area on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, anything like that. So
Stevie, stop. Shh.
You got to hit all the angles. You got to hit all the angles.
Out. We don't want the people to get this. Is too
Word.
good. Nah. Dope. But okay.
It's about seamlessly finding anything that you put out. Like I listen to Gary Vee. I'm a huge Gary Vee. Do you know him?
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had like a series.
He's on podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all that shit. And like, I'll just put that, like, I've been working at Food Lion at the deli, like cleaning dishes and slicing meats and sloshing water on the floor and shit like that.
Gary Vee,
I put that Gary Vee in there, dude. I
know he got you.
Man, yeah, dude, that shit just gets you going. And like, it's good though. It's real. It's fucking just like good information, and it's just like so just like driven on like making sure, like, the biggest message that I get out of it is just make sure that like your content, at least in like this like podcast world, your content is available anywhere that anyone wants to go to. Because like, some people might not like YouTube. Some people might not like Spotify. Some people might not like Apple Music. There's a title person. Deezer, yeah.
Everybody got Deezer.
They was like popular. Like, there's so many
Deezer.
of these random little things that like someone out there uses, but someone out there might find this, that, and the third on Deezer.
Shout out.
And then they're like, "Oh, okay, this is my thing now." And then like that person might be the producer guy from ESPN.
Might be Tone.
Tone might be listening to Deezer, dude.
Tone might have found me, man.
He might have found you on Deezer, dude, so you never know. But yeah, no, so for me, I just want to have my names trademarked. I want to, I'm not so much of like, I'm not trying to rush anything, because I know that like everything, like I know that I'm always going to put myself into the situation where I am going to be able to build what I'm doing and build the people around me and make everything just grow, and it's going to be organic the way it does. Whether that's a fast organic, a gradual organic, is going to happen. So like, I'm not stressing I need to be on right now. I'm not popping, like, I don't have 1 million followers on Instagram. What the fuck am I, like, no, everything will come in time. I'm not stressing anything like that. I just want to make sure that the people I care about, so a year from now, I just want to make sure that the people I care about are in a better situation, not necessarily in a better situation, but just are in a situation where they are able to just be able to, where everyone is coming together on their goals, where everyone is just on a good path, good things have been happening, and I know, like, little bumps and burps and shit happen on the way, but like it's just all about just making sure that everyone is in a good situation where they feel able to build and grow and do what they want to do, and everyone's just set on that path moving forward. No one's having to like fall back and be on some fucked up shit and all that, and we're all just moving forward. Because I've got a whole bunch of stuff behind everything that I've been doing too, my Lifehouse Productions brand and stuff. Like there's like, I've got an artist I work with out of Kentucky, Hopkinsville, actually, because I'm one of the few people that will go back and forth. I don't give a fuck. I'm going back. I'm finding wherever the people are, wherever the talent is. And so, shout out my dude, Psycho Millie. He's literally Psycho Millie. I promise you, like, I stand behind this 10,000%. He is in line to be the next DaBaby. Like, he just, like, his own style. Like, I tell people his sound is a mixture of Lil Uzi Vert, Young Thug, and Elmo from Sesame Street. Like, it's literally, like, he's literally just, like, goofy, but he's got that still that, like, he can hit you with some fucking shit.
He from Kentucky?
He's from Kentucky.
I was born in Lexington, right?
Okay.
I lived there for 2 days of my life. I never been back. But he's from Kentucky.
Is Lexington, is that where University UK is?
They pulled up and I popped out as I was pulling up to the school hospital.
Okay,
so
word.
I almost made it. I was almost a wildcat. I almost made it in there.
My freshman year roommate was from Lexington, so like I went out to like one of the UK games or
never
some.
Been back,
yeah, it's a whole fucking world out there. They're crazy about their basketball, dude.
Psycho Millie.
Psycho Millie. I'll send you some shit, dude.
Send me some Psycho Millie.
I'll definitely send you some shit. But yeah, no, he's just so able to. Like, you can give him anything, dude. You can give him a trappy, you can give him a chill beat, you can give him, like, an acoustic guitar, and a ukulele, or anything, and, like, he will just come up with anything. Like, it's just, versatile. It's quick, it's fast, it's good, it's different. It's just, like, literally, like, just blows my mind, though. Like, and then, like, I've talked to him about, he wants to do, like, storytelling, like, he, like, books, and, like, he wants to get, like, his voice is so unique, so, like, I can see him on, like, Adult Swim, like,
he knows
cartoon voices and shit.
He knows he got
it's the entertainment world. We're in the entertainment business. It's not the music, I mean, yes, music business, but we're in the entertainment business.
It's part of the entertainment business.
Exactly.
Music is just a portion of it.
It's a piece of the puzzle, yep.
I like what you said, though, when you said you're not worried about the speed in which you're going at and being able to, not always popping out. Bro, I've done the Clutch radio show. I've started and stopped it 4 different times in 4 different radio or network situations. But anytime it comes back, it pops, bro. But it's because I'm not worried about it. Like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to do it and then it's not the way I want to and it doesn't work. So I'll pull it and come back again just as high as if nothing ever happened. But that's where I want you to continue to grow, bro. Like, don't be afraid to stop something because you feel like, it needs to keep going. There's several things I've just cut because I've either realized it's reached its max and I need to switch it up so it can continue to grow, or this may need to be serviced in a different way so we can move on to the next thing. So continue to not worry about time. You're still 20 something, right?
I'm 26 right now.
2 years ago, I was in a different situation, bro. I'm 28. 2 years ago, I was in a whole nother situation. So just realize time is our friend, but we got to know how to use it the right way.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, man. Life Talks number 2. I'm here with Steven the Dream. Tell them your Instagram, your social media, all that. Where can they find you?
Steven the Dream on all platforms. Check out Carolina Heat Up for all of your Carolina music, marketing, promotions, and this, that, and the third interview series nominated for Queen City Awards this year. Make sure y'all vote for Podcast of the Year. Please, please, please. We put in so much work. We would love to take home that award, and it would be progressing us to hitting the $1 billion lick.
There you go.
Moving our families to Cali.
I love it. We're out here, Planet Jam Studios.
Yes, sir.
Planet Jam Records on Instagram. Dagan Journey. Appreciate all y'all. All right, let's get it. Life Talks number 2. Steven, appreciate everything, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
All right.
Sweet.